Any Halo fan will tell you that the franchise has been in the doghouse for 3 or 4 years since Halo Infinite launched, if not longer. I mean, it has been struggling with both its identity and all of its releases for a long time. But I personally believe that there is at least enough evidence to hope that Halo is about to go on a generational run. I've compiled all the information, let's check it out, and I know that the majority of you will be cynical towards this information at first. I am too. Like, I've been burnt so many times. I'm a Halo content creator. I have been let down by a lot of people for a long time. But there is some reason to believe that that might turn around. Let's check it out. All right, so I've got tons of information in front of me. I'm just going to kind of ramble through this, and I would love to hear your detailed thoughts down below. But this is what we got going on right now, and it's a lot. So I'm going to break it down and break my thought process down bit by bit. So we have to understand how we got here, and it's not pleasant, right? Like, it's pretty well documented now, and you can go and find it in much longer videos, that Halo Infinite had the worst, most botched release ever because it was powered by a thing called the Slipspace engine, because they'd had the same physics engine since Combat Evolved, basically, and they wanted to launch a brand new one. At the very core rot of Halo Infinite is Microsoft's obsession with paid contract work. They bring people in for a year, they don't have the same benefits, so they cost less money, and then they get rid of them after a year. So as you can imagine, if a lot of developers are coming in and creating a new Slipspace engine, and every year they're being cycled into new people, and every single time nobody knows how to use the Slipspace engine, suddenly you get at the arrival of Halo Infinite 1 year late, and nobody knows how to use the engine, and it falls apart completely. And it's been documented, right? Like, a lot of leaks have shown that the multiplayer was meant to launch, followed by campaign, followed by DLC, and it just never came to light. But we're not here to talk about the past. It's too painful. We've been through too much in the last 4 or 5 years. But we're here to talk about the future, right? Like, Halo Infinite has had a difficult time, but you cannot underestimate, or it would be a sin to not give credit to the generational run that it's going through right now. Like, every single month, getting a quality life update, fixing bugs, adding new, mostly Forge maps, tons of new modes, tons of armor. If I'd been told a year ago that we would have had the Hayabusa and the Falcon and the Carbine back in Halo Infinite within the space of a couple of months, simply wouldn't have believed you. It's been a really exciting time for Halo Infinite. The new update is pretty immense, and there is renewed interest for the franchise just from that. Halo Infinite, I understand, bridges are burnt. There's a ton of community members that will never come back to the game, and I understand that. I really do. I had one of the greatest experiences in Halo playing through squad battles launch. Like, we played till 3 a.m. for 9 days straight. My eyes were blood red, but it was incredible. And I'm not being funny, but there's a Gravemind helmet coming. You can't get much better than that. That's about peak Halo, and you know it is. And Halo Infinite continues to just receive these quality updates. Say what you want about the franchise. Okay, it might be still very aggressively monetized, but the Hayabusa helmet was earnable. The Falcon and Carbine came for free, and there's tons of other nitty gritty. There's tons of weapon customization now with all of the Banished and Covenant weapons. And yeah, okay. It's one of those with Halo Infinite. You can go about complaining about what could have been, which is a massive amount, and I've basically gone to counseling about this. I set myself up, like many content creators, for a generational run with the release of Halo Infinite, and it just didn't work out for me and so many. So, I get the skepticism, right? But you've got to respect that Halo Infinite has not been dropped by Microsoft, and I think that does speak volumes to the value that Microsoft does still see in the franchise and the amount of money they're willing to put in. Yeah, yes, they're still making money from customization, but I think it has to be mentioned that these are still continuously releasing with quality updates. And yeah, if these had been the original seasons and had been coming out back to back from 2020 onwards, we'd be telling a very different tale. But let me tell you a better tale about the Halo World Championship Series 2024. Last year, it was the third, was it the third HCS for Halo Infinite? Probably. And it was an incredible event. I've been to every HCS for Halo Infinite, and we'll get to what's coming this year in a minute. But last year, it was a great event. It was a expanded tickets. It was a sold out event. I talked to people at 343 that were saying that not only was it the biggest Halo single ticketed day ever in terms of an event, like the most tickets sold for an event, a single event, but also like, yeah, it was crazy to me that like they were breaking records with ticket sales and with online engagement, and yet Halo Infinite was in the doghouse. And that's because of the community presence. It's because of the cosplayers at the 405th. It's because there's a renewed interest for like a community around Halo Infinite, and you can feel that. Like, don't even like go to the comment section saying I'm wrong unless you've been to a HCS event, because the energy there right now is insane. Like, it was so crazy this year, last year. It's going to be so crazy this year. But at the end of the event, they announced the rebranded into Halo Studios and this demo, right? If you don't have a game that is Combat Evolved themed, you simply don't show this footage, because they went out the way of saying like, yeah, this is not a game, this is more proof of concept. I literally don't care. If you show this footage, you are confirming that a Combat Evolved remake is coming, or a remaster, because every news article just said that from there on out. You're showing Combat Evolved Chief, and it was more or less confirmed at that moment that a Combat Evolved remake was coming. And with the 25th anniversary of both the original Xbox and Halo coming next year, it's the start of what could be a generational run, in my opinion. And let me tell you, I've been to tons of events. I've been to San Diego Comic-Con. I've been to the biggest Comic-Con in the world in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I've seen energy around announcements, and I have never seen something like the crowd going just bananas when this came on the stage. Like, we couldn't believe our eyes. It was insane. So I don't know. I think there's a renewed interest by Microsoft in Halo. Maybe that interest never died, but they were just so disappointed by the performance of Halo Infinite. But I see, you know, the future, like after that event. Let me tell you, me and my friends went to that event with the total like reassurance, like a conclusion that this was going to be the last one. And when we talked to people like other content creators, cosplayers, community members that we'd made friends with for a few years, everyone was feeling a bit melancholy and feeling a bit emotional that they thought Halo was coming to an end, basically, with the end of this event. Like, there was nothing on the horizon. And then after this was announced, God, we partied that night. Like, it was crazy. So let's talk about Big Phil. Look at that friendly face. A return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. I know that Xbox showcase this year was in the doghouse for Halo, but like, you don't say this having shown this without it being Halo. Like, if either you're a marketing genius or a marketing moron, because and this guy's not a moron. Like, he knows what he's doing. They wouldn't say this. They wouldn't use that terminology if they were just going to announce like some blocky little Xbox game that came out at the launch that we haven't seen in 25 years. No, they say this, and they don't mention Halo, but they say this because then all the news articles afterwards were reporting Halo, right? And they've just shown this. Like, you don't have those things line up without them meaning something. Over the past few weeks, there's been a fair amount of speculation about when and where more details might emerge about any of the multiple projects Halo Studios is actively working on. We don't usually comment on such matters, but this time we want to enter the chat and share a little more perspective for Halo fans who might be on the fence about whether to attend this year's event. This year's Halo Championship Series will be the one. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this will be the best Halo World Championship that we have ever hosted. They're going to announce huge things, and leaks have also come out saying they're going to announce huge things. This will be the year, this October event, where the future of Halo will be laid out. We'll get a trailer, we'll get some announcements, we'll get Halo Combat Evolved in some capacity. And I've seen leaks going either way about Halo Combat Evolved, some saying it won't even have multiplayer. I don't care. I'm talking about the future of Halo. Well, I do care, but I'm talking about the future of Halo here, and I think it's gonna be good. They've announced that there's no HCS next year, and I kind of do understand that if they are going to release a new Halo game next year, right? Like, okay, there's not gonna be a Halo Championship Series next year because that runs all through the year, and by October, there'll be a new Halo game. I think there'll be Halo Infinite updates, and I just think they're focusing on something else. I've spoken to friends who are in the industry, close to other people in the industry, and they're saying that Microsoft is working on something big for Halo next year. 2026 is Halo's 25th anniversary, and we plan to celebrate the occasion in style with the whole community. I've even heard rumors that it's going to be like a Microsoft Xbox 25th anniversary like party, like Comic-Con style game showcase with Halo. So I think there's going to be something huge next year in terms of events. I just think they're consolidating their resources and not doing a Halo Infinite HCS next year, which I kind of respect in some ways if they're focusing on a 25th anniversary celebration next fall. I mean, the console wars are officially over, right? Like, Gears of War coming to PlayStation and Helldivers and the ODST. I mean, you saw, like, some of you will have seen my reaction yesterday. I was screaming. Like, this was the craziest trailer I've, like, really ever seen. Helldivers and Halo ODST is something that I could have never dreamed of. Watching a PlayStation Studios trailer and seeing Halo content, it just blows my mind. And then we've got Fortnite, we've got a new event in Fortnite. In the past few months, Halo has collaborated with Ninja Gaiden, Fortnite and Helldivers 2, Ninja Gaiden being in the Hayabusa helmet, which is obviously just so beautiful. I didn't even cross up like the Mutilator and the Fuel Rod Cannon. It's time, man. Like, we're going down a road right now. Grunt.api in June confirming that there is going to be a Halo game coming very soon to PlayStation. I always think about Ratchet & Clank. It was my favorite franchise growing up when I had a PlayStation 2, and since then I've never owned a PlayStation. And Ratchet & Clank is something that I've been dying to play for like a couple of decades. I know that there are so many people out there, maybe the entire Halo fanbase on Xbox, again, maybe threefold across things like PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, that have never played Halo but always loved the lore. There's tons of collectibles. Like, anytime I meet collectors that collect like Halo Mega Bloks or Halo Jazzwares, a lot of them have never played a Halo game. They just adore the lore, they adore the universe. So I just think about the way that Halo might just like double, triple its fan base instantly, pretty much, if Halo really does release on PlayStation, if we get the Master Chief Collection or if we get Halo Infinite, it might just snowball. The head of Xbox Gaming Consumer Products, John Friend, speaking with License Global, teased Xbox is putting plans in place to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Xbox and Halo. Because it's Halo, right? Halo launched with Xbox. It was their pioneer game. It changed a generation of gaming. Halo has had more impact on gaming as a whole than the majority of games, save maybe Fortnite. I mean, like it or not, Fortnite's had a big impact on the gaming space. I mean, what do you think, right? In my opinion, Halo Infinite has continued to get quality of life updates, even though it just stagnated and fell and fell and fell. It was like Joe Biden going up the staircase to Air Force One, just kept on going. And since then, it's not had massive updates, but it's had quality updates, and the fan base has stuck around. And the Halo fan base, in my opinion, will never go. It'll never die away. Halo is like bored into our identities, right? Like, it's part of us. We've had so many quality experiences with it that really a lot of people, certainly I could name hundreds if I had a time and a pen and paper, friends of mine who are not Halo fans right now, but are Halo they're fans of Halo, right? They're not a Halo fan right now, but they're a fan of Halo, and they've been with it for generations, like decades now. And now's the time, in my opinion, next year for the Halo Combat Evolved remake, remaster, whatever it might be, to launch on cross-platform, to end the console wars, and to see potentially a generational run coming into Halo Infinite, right? You got to remember the now head of Halo Studios. He brought in all of the success of Master Chief Collection after it was, after it, again, launched in a terrible state. Halo has had pretty much a generation of terrible performance, but it's enough to give me hope. It's enough to keep me going. I need some hopium, I need some copium, and this is my drug of choice. I mean, I think that we're going towards something that we could potentially see incredible results from. So really, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's not like my normal content, but if you enjoyed this and you enjoy Halo collectibles, please do make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Let me know what you think down below. Signing off.